Hi everyone, it's Cherie from 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop, and today we're going to put this little guy together. This is from treasureboxdesigns.com, and it's just a tic tac cover. There are several choices. You have fall, Easter, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, so it's really up to you which one you want to do, but they are very customizable and they're so cute. For the closure, you can use yarn, embossing thread. You can use regular thread, baker's twine. It's really whatever you have on hand, even ribbon. So I did not change the sizing in Cricut Design Space. I imported it, and the width ended up at 9.941 and the height was at 4.904. Now I embossed my covers, and I am using all American Crafts textured paper. This color is lavender. The yellow is going to be lemon. Orange is tangerine. The green band is grass. And then I used black textured for the hat, smooth textured black and white for my eyes. Now, the picture that's pictured in for your reference, it doesn't have eyelashes and it's just as cute. Me personally, I put eyelashes on everything just because that's my preference. I've been scrapbooking so long that it's first nature. Now, I did want to mention, when you put this into Cricut Design Space, this piece is going to be the only piece you need to mirror, or you're going to have to flip it over and use the back side. So if you use textured cardstock, you may have to use the smooth side because the hole is in the wrong spot. Your owl would be off of the paper. I don't know if they just mirrored the whole thing and it ended up a wrong way for us in Design Space, but I'm just giving you the heads up. You don't have to mirror the owl. You can mirror the whole thing, but I just mirrored just this piece. This was my practice piece for shading as I went over all my embossing with some tools to give it that effect of the part that was actually raised. So the belly is just going to line up with the hole in your cover, and you go ahead and put the feet on. It goes by really quickly. Surprisingly, it didn't take hardly any time at all to put this together. And I just thought it would be perfect for if you do it with your kids, but for your grandkids, your children, nieces, nephews, your neighbors' kids, students. There's so many people that, even coworkers, because these are so cute. And it would be a cute gesture if you gave it to that coworker with, you know, not so friendly breath. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I've had a few of those. The doctors that I worked with, some of them, I'd offer them gum and they'd have no idea. So after you glue his feet on, you're going to go ahead and put his head on. And at this point, after his head's on, you would glue the whites to the eyes down and then the black pieces. And you're going to bring it down a fair amount, about halfway, just to give a large enough allotment for the hat so the tip isn't hanging off. And this little guy is so cute, so easy. They're all so cute, and I didn't know which one to pick, but I went with the owl. I can always do the turkey for another video, or the little Easter bunny. They have a snowman, they have Santa. There's definitely a lot of cute little things that aren't necessarily paper piecing as far as kids or bears, but more things that you wouldn't have to use for yourself, you could actually make and give away. So let's put the hat together. I went ahead and did the band in the color grass. And I know that I get asked about my ink. I have Tim Holtz, Memento. I have so many inks. I have Catherine Pooler, but I swatch my inks. My inks are all swatched. Every brand has its own swatch. And what I do is I hold my piece up and I try to go a shade or two darker. And I went with this one here for this side, and this is what it gave me. But generally I use an uninked front side, and I just try to go a shade or two darker. That way it will allow for any fading. So let's go ahead and glue the hat on. But I don't really have a go-to for ink because they all kind of have their own purpose. I do love Tim Holtz just because it's blendable, and actually that's what I used on the outside of my cover, where then if I wanted to do the oxide portion of it, I'd just spray some water on it and it would have little dots. And I'm thinking about doing that maybe with some black and purple, wilted violet and soot in the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide inks. That way then I can have just a little splatter effect on it. I think that would be really cute. All right, let's glue the last two things on and throw the string and the tag on and we're finished. But this went by so quickly, and this would be a fun project with, you know, like I said, any little person, but even for a bunch of women getting together, I would definitely do this with some friends because they would be so cute, even as stocking stuffers. Not necessarily Halloween. I mean, unless you do little goodie bags and throw it in there. I am going to do some bag toppers. Just because I think those are cute as well, and you can control more of the candy with the bag toppers versus taking them trick-or-treating. You know, because what's in the bag is what they get, or you can take from trick-or-treating and put it in the little Ziploc. I know that I would let my daughter pick out 3 to 5 pieces, depending on how big they were, for after dinner each day, and that was really all she got. My daughter now is, both of my kids, no cavities, perfect teeth, but I always make sure that they brush after candy. Soda's also really bad, but you know, I'm not gonna not allow my kids to have a childhood. I can't tell you the stuff we ate growing up and then drinking off the garden hose, and yet we still lived, right? Just with a few cavities. Let's go ahead and throw the string in here. And I didn't do a voiceover just because sometimes explanation, when we don't do the voiceover, we're not as rushed. And so we can include the little insights as far as the different kinds of little tic-tac covers there are, and flipping it, just things that we might forget doing the voiceover. And the voiceovers are convenient some cases, but not always, because I know that it feels just a little more personable when you have one-on-one and interaction with hopefully all your questions getting answered. And as far as the stickles, I'm not sure if they come in more colors, but I use Starshine. And just on the lemon paper, I did not ink my lemon paper. So to tie this, sorry, we have one of those auto scent things. And I am using art glitter glue, by the way. It's just in one of my bottles off of Amazon. If you go over to my page, Paper Pieces and Leftovers, I actually have a video saying all of the tools that I used are in the comment with the links. And from my brushes to my tweezers, my glue bottles, you name it. And I even have the link for the 12 by 12 cardstock shop paper because that is where I get my paper. I used to go to Joann's. Convenience is everything nowadays. Our Joann's is slim pickings with paper. So I actually found 12 by 12 looking for paper and ended up on their design team, luckily. But this is all that it is. And what I did is I tied the first base of my knot, well, my bow, not my knot, and then I added my tag on, and then I did the bow part. And like I said, just add a piece of sticky tape or a glue dot to the back of your Tic Tac box if you do not want it sliding all over. But if you tie it snug enough, I mean, it shifts, but it's not gonna just randomly fall out unless you shake it. But here's the finished product. And any questions, feel free to comment and ask. And thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed. Take care.